Hi, my name is Brie Pellinero, and this is my I Believe project. I'm going to be talking to you about what I believe education is about and what I would like to teach when I become a teacher myself. So, I think that the purpose of education is to prepare students for their future career. Um, Although there are many different areas of education that exist today, I think that there are some things that need to change. For example, I'm a history major and I'm going to be a history teacher. Um, in the history field, I believe what needs to change is it shouldn't be so rigid. Like each year, there's a different topic that you're supposed to teach on. So freshman year is Global One, sophomore year is Global Two, junior year is US history, and then senior year is like government. Um, I'm talking about high school requirements for education in New York State, by the way. Um, and I think that rather than rigidly breaking up history curriculum like that, it should be it should be taught slower and you should have more say over what type of classes that you take. And also, in addition, I think that it should be emphasized from an international perspective rather than just a US perspective. So, all of the textbooks that students in high school are reading are written by US authors or at least Western authors. And I don't think that students get as big of they don't get to learn as much as they could have if they were able to read from the authors of different countries and different cultures. Um, for example, when you're learning about Africa in Global 2, all you learn about is the scramble for Africa and the colonization of Africa. Never once do you learn about what traditional African culture is like and what their political systems were like before colonization. So I just think that it would be really beneficial to teach from an international perspective, allow students to broaden their horizons on their thought processes. And I believe this about learning about politics in addition to just simply history. Um, it's very obvious that in US education today, capitalism and democracy and everything that the US typically values is what people are learning about in education. And I don't think that that's necessarily right. I think it's very important for students to know about their own country's government, but I do believe that they should also learn about other governments throughout the world so that they can form their own opinions on politics rather than having teachers and their education system force values upon them. I think it's very important for students to have more access to learning from an international perspective. And that is one thing that I am going to bring to my teaching when I'm an educator myself. And the reason that I'm going to do this is because of the influence that I had from my high school teachers. I had an amazing teacher named Dr. Redman at Williamsville East High School, and he introduced elective courses to the curriculum, such as human rights and genocide and the turbulent 60s. And these were courses that were taught from an international perspective, and they brought so much more value to me than the core classes. And that is why I believe that international studies is a very important part of the social studies curriculum, and it should be added to New York State's curriculum, in my opinion. Thank you.